edition of the Sportsport. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sportsport here on a Monday. Barnes, Tony, Dan.
That's right.
Vibes are through the roof. Just kidding, unless you're Cameron Young.
Oh, yeah.
Getting your first career PGA Tour victory, the 1,000th unique winner on the PGA Tour, something that goes back to, I want to say 1940.
Oh, yeah?
Was when the PGA Tour was, I guess, first
Founded?
came, first was started. Tony with the fact check there.
Yeah. Google, I think, says 1929.
1929,
dude.
really?
Actually, I guess the first PGA Tour game, how PGA Tour golf was released. Oh, wait, no, that's the game,
yeah.
dude.
If
What
you
the
just
fuck,
go to
dude?
PGA Tour right there, it'll tell you.
1929. Yeah, that's right there.
29.
29, dude.
So I mean, at least that was good, right? I mean, I feel like you always kind of like Cam Young, no? He's
New
York
York
native.
New York native, exactly, dude. Not necessarily the city, which is fine, I guess, dude. But yes, it's always, I mean, to see someone who, in a sport such as golf that's so hard to win a tournament, see someone win their first one, the family on standby, excited, happy, hoisting the trophy. It's cool. It makes me feel good that he's feeling good.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, he worked so hard. He was Rookie of the Year back in 22. Seemed like it was, just a foregone conclusion. This guy's going to win, and not only win, but win a lot in the PGA Tour. Was close to winning that Open Championship that ultimately went to Cam Smith. And then, has had some good performances. I think it was 7 runner-up finishes leading to this finally, his maiden victory.
Wow.
On the PGA Tour. So congratulations to him. That's a great achievement. And, we'll talk a little bit about the tournament. But what did you make, though, of, there's been some conversation now. I know you probably haven't looked at, like, Ryder Cup standings and stuff. I think it's the top 6 automatically qualified, and there's 6 captain picks. But regardless of that, I think he's only 15th. But obviously, you want to ride the hot hand. We talked about he's a New York native. He won the amateur championship at Bethpage back in back in 2017. So there's some familiarity there with the course.
Oh yeah.
I mean, do you think if right now that he's went from not really in any consideration to possibly being picked, or do you think he needs to have a strong performance here in the playoffs to even have a shot?
I think he still needs a strong performance in the playoffs. I mean, I don't know. I mean, for something like the Ryder Cup, which I don't know. I mean, obviously golfers take pretty seriously, dude. I know there's like the captain's pick though, right?
Like,
which
but I'm just saying, if they try to say, well, that's like the fair thing, they've earned it, but then you might go a little outside of that. So he's 3 below if you took the top 12. And
right.
he hadn't won till now, but it's like the history with the course. I mean, I'm sure it's definitely under consideration now.
Yeah, I mean that would be nice. It'd be cool to see him play, I guess, right? Like you said, the history of the course. I mean, there's reasons to get him. So,
but I think.
Do you think so?
Well, I think it'll depend what he does starting this week in Memphis.
You think he golfs well enough to even make it without, like, to crack the top 12?
Well, I guess I guess. Yeah, I mean, but it's just, you never know. Sometimes people get worn out from the emotion of finally winning. And
yeah, dude.
It's kind of a letdown the next week. So we'll have to see. But that was awesome to see him finally get the job done. And like I said, we'll do the tournament recap in a sec. But I do see Ernie's number one buddy has a couple things to say.
Oh, that's right, dude. Michael Bugta in the chat here, who we had a lovely time with yesterday. And he says, can I just say you guys are the best friends I've ever had in my life? Thank you so much for yesterday. Graduation party, his house. Very nice. Best weekend of the summer, he says, in O Barnes. I just bought something with the double D, Dunkin' Donuts, that is.
I figured Michael Bucko, and he'll tell us what he got, but he seemed like a big donut guy. I could see him going nuts with the donuts.
That's a good question, dude. Yeah, I guess
the sweets. He definitely loves like dessert.
No, he definitely does. He definitely does. I can also see him getting like a breakfast sandwich, though, right?
Breakfast sandwich. Yep.
You know,
a muffin.
A muffin, even.
Maybe.
Does he drink coffee? I don't even know, dude.
I don't think he needs
coffee.
He
dude.
needs coffee.
Decaf, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he says, "Can I get a big Luca from Ernie, dude?" I don't know, Ernie. If he may be
not
busy,
here yet.
Potty training, maybe. I don't know if you saw that photo online, dude. Did you see the face?
No.
You should look at it, dude. It's very interesting, very interesting. And also, Tony the Mets got shitted on by the Giants yesterday. He says. Which is great, dude. Josh B says, "Yo, fam, Yankees stink." He says, "Disney is hot. Love my DTV family." That's right. Josh B, like, I forgot he's in Disney,
in Florida, dude. I can only imagine how hot it is. Right?
What do you think Josh's mental standing is right now
in terms of
the Yankees?
Oh, well, I mean, he's always gonna, lean into, the struggles. It's over. The sky's falling. So I'm sure he's somewhere in there, right?
No, yeah, I would imagine that exactly, to be honest, dude. And Kev Deuce says, "What's up? Yankees suck more than the Mets." He says, "Have a good show, guys." And then he says, he also says Luka's a bum, Lakers are trash. And then he says, Bukta. He says, Josh had some late night contact with Snow White, he says. And then he says, Michael Klausbeck says, "Luka is better than your bum effing Mets team." Kev Poole, he says. And then Kev Do, boom, best manager ever. Ernie says, "Yeah, let's fucking go, Luka. Yanks are ass. Go Pack, go. Sports, baby. Effing sports," he says. Michael Buckner talking still more shit. So is Kev Do. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Michael Buckner, bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich.
There we go. Okay, so Tony
there it goes. He says, "You called it, Tony Pony."
Jeez, he does drink coffee. Easy with that coffee, Michael. All right? I don't need too much caffeine, and maybe that's why he's staying up so late. Maybe he's like a big coffee drinker.
Honestly, yeah, that makes sense, dude. Do you think well, I guess you've dialed it down with the coffees, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're at most 2, but really a lot of times just 1.
Can you do coffee at night?
So yes, but like there was a couple of times, I don't know, in the last year where I did that and then it kind of fucked up my sleep. So now I really don't even do a second coffee unless it's like in the afternoon. I'm just so beat. But if I can get through it, then I just feel like, I'm going to just sleep better. So I'd rather not. But I think also it's still never affected me some of the ways that other people like, oh my God, at 12:30, I had a cup of coffee up all night. Like I was never like that. Like, that's ridiculous.
And it's interesting. I feel like as you get older, that affects you.
Right. Right.
So I guess we'll see what happens. But and then he wants a round of applause for his baby cousin.
There you go.
Just got born.
There you go. Good stuff.
Barnes is gonna give you a round of applause.
Well, I mean, didn't I say congrats yesterday? Thought I did.
No, you did.
Yeah, exactly. Anyhow,
there's fucking Kev Do. No way, dude. He drinks a cup of coffee and English muffin at night before bed.
I mean, a lot of people do that. I mean, like I said, I could do it, but it's just, remember I had that period of time like earlier this year where like I couldn't like sleep.
Yeah.
Like dude, that's why I'm like, I don't really try to like, play with fire, I guess you could say with that. You know?
Also, like English muffin though, like what the fuck?
So you don't like it at all? I never have them.
Eggs Benedict. That's it.
Eggs Benedict.
Like, that's
good.
It. There's no other reason to have English muffin.
And then it's like, well, I mean, why don't you just have a pound of butter? But like, if you do put it like, melt it with butter in the toaster, muffin is
solid,
pretty good. Like,
I think if you're making a sandwich like at home, an English muffin is good.
That's interesting.
Like it depends on how large you want it. If you don't want like the largeness of a bagel, English muffin is the best way to go.
Interesting.
But also, it's a sleeper that nobody gets, and I didn't really hear about till Sam introduced me to them. Are Bialys? If you guys,
that Bialys,
like that, I think way
thin,
better than English
really
muffin.
good,
way
crispy,
better. And I feel like there's so many things that are better than English muffins. But like Dan was saying, it's just like if you do want something light, I guess that would make sense. Why? But what like the bitterness? Is it like sourdough? Why does an English muffin have that like bite to it?
Yeah, I have no idea why. Like, why is that? Is right, dude. What is that?
Yeah, I always thought that was like odd. Like,
It is
bread
kinda
is so
odd.
sweet normally,
Right? Maybe that's what it is. There's just no sugar in there, maybe?
Could be.
Yeasty?
Yeah. He says English muffin best before bed stack.
I don't know, Kev, dude. Sounds like that's the flan talking.
Yeah. The boiler room.
And putting jelly on it is all right. Like,
See, jelly, not that I guess I hate jelly,
You
but
don't do jelly?
I never needed jelly.
That's too bad.
Because I never really liked peanut butter and jelly. Like as I got older. When I was younger, I guess I did, but then once I was, I don't know, like in high school, I was like, why am I eating this? Like,
Wow.
Because it's like I love peanut butter flavored things. I think it's the jelly. I think I just don't need jelly. Like jelly in a donut, I guess is good.
That's great.
But like jelly on bread, I don't know, the marmalade.
Bagel, butter, and jelly?
No jelly. That's the thing. I'd rather have the butter.
Okay.
You do jelly on a bagel?
I do. You ever had a bagel with butter and jelly on it?
I always thought like the butter jelly thing was like kind of nasty.
I think it's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
That sounds gross.
I've done jelly and cream cheese before, but that's I don't know. I don't like that too much. That was like a big thing in high school. Like kids go to the deli, bagel, cream cheese, jelly.
Yeah.
That's
crazy.
I don't think so.
What's wrong with you? Is it not? Is it like a city thing?
City thing.
Might just be a Staten Island thing.
Yeah, might just be a Staten Island.
Butter and jelly on bagel isn't crazy, dude.
I don't know.
I used to put jelly. This may freak you guys out. This is like my dad's idea. Sausage, egg, and cheese. Top half of the bagel instead of cheese, you put jelly on it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I gotta change the batteries of the light.
Yeah, I was about to say, but it kind of looks sick in a sense, though, like the
jelly.
Tony under the lights.
Yeah, with some jelly.
But yeah. So before we get to the misery that was New York baseball this weekend, just recapping the Wyndham. Obviously, Kim Young, the star of the show here, 63, 62, 65, 68, a dominant 6-stroke win, tied the scoring record at this tournament. So, I mean, a great job, 258. Mac Meisner, and while he didn't make the FedEx Cup playoffs, he secured his tour card for next year, 16 under par. So he had probably his best tournament since that. I believe it's the Barracuda last year that ultimately Nick Dunlap ended up winning. But he shot 65, 63 on Friday, 70 and 66. Mark Hubbard also securing his tour card for next year, as well as Alex Noren. They tied for third at 15 under par. You had a good story too. I believe he's golfing at Auburn. They were talking about this on PGA Tour Radio because obviously that's all I'm listening to until the Yankees turn it around. Jackson Colvin, the amateur, tied for fifth. I mean, that's pretty impressive stuff as well. Some talk about if he's going to go pro or what the deal is there, but rounds in the 60s all 4 days, and I think he's 20 years old, so that's awesome. Chris Kirk was the only guy to move into the top 70 that wasn't already before this tournament, so he makes the FedEx Cup playoffs, and 14 under par, and 66, 65, 67, 68. It was an interesting stat I heard about Chris Kirk because, he's like, we've heard him win once or twice, but he doesn't seem like a big winner. Take a guess how many times Chris Kirk has won on the PGA Tour. I think his career is goes back 13 years or something like that.
13 years. Chris Kirk has won a lot of times.
I'm just
3 times.
6.
Okay.
Which, but right, you don't think about that.
You
So
don't
it's
think about that.
He's actually way better than people think.
Yeah, that's good for him.
Yeah. Had the comeback story. I think there was some substance abuse issues at one point, but he's really moved past that and thriving. That's for sure.
You like to hear that.
Matt Fitzpatrick's also turned his season around. He had that top 10 at the U.S. Open. He tied for 8th at 13 under. Davis Thompson was looking to play his way into the playoffs, fell a little short here, 12 under. Tied for 11th. Joel Damon needed that top 2 finish to get into the playoffs, and he finished tied for 15th, minus 11. Still a solid week, post caddy, all of that stuff. And what was very surprising is Nico Echeverria, who started the tournament with a 63, then followed up with a 68 and 64, but shot 75 in the final pairing yesterday. So went into yesterday, second place, finishes tied for 19th. So that's a disappointing finish. But that being said, for the last, tournament of the PGA Tour season, I thought it was great. A lot of drama and just a good story. Cameron Young has been working at this for so long to finally break through, get that win. And we'll see where it takes him, and we'll see if it takes him to Bethpage Black to be part of that Ryder Cup team. But we'll have to see. And then we'll get the first edition of the FedEx Cup playoffs starting on Thursday in Memphis. Top 70 in the field, but Rory not playing, sitting this one out. And, the whole change with the Tour Championship where there's no starting strokes. So really no purpose for, really Scotty doesn't need to play. He's just doing it probably to stay in, shape and be, firing on all cylinders by the time we get to East Lake. So nevertheless, we'll talk about that, on Wednesday when we do our preview. But congrats to Cam Young, $1.476 million. So quite the accomplishment. Like we said, becoming the 1,000th unique winner on the PGA Tour. And I guess, I guess that's really it for the golf. But
golf this weekend.
Golf this weekend. Great time at Fairchild.
Yeah, dude.
Perfect weather, honestly.
It really was, dude.
Maybe the maintenance department, could get on their grind a little more there. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, dude. I mean,
the spotty on the
water
greens.
jugs were empty.
Water jugs empty.
Greens, yeah, dude, like some bumpy greens.
Yeah, some brown fairways.
That's
patchy fairways.
Definitely. Yeah,
lack of a starter.
Lack of a starter. Lack of anything, it seems, I guess. But whatever, dude.
The freedom to do whatever. I mean, you could be shotgunning on each hole and know what's coming out.
That's definitely true, dude. Yeah.
But no, obviously it was a great time. Great time. But anyway, let's go now to the world of Major League Baseball.
What a play! Stop it, Tony. Yep. And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Too deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
Yeah, the optimism that was a post-trade deadline on Thursday out the window. This week for not only the Yankees themselves, but us fans as they get swept in Miami. First time franchise history on the heels of the bullpen collapse, and really all their acquisitions playing a role in that, I believe, 13-12 loss on Friday. I mean, one of the worst losses maybe in franchise history. First time I believe it was since 1940 that they score a dozen on the road and lose a game, just to show you the magnitude. And usually when that type of thing happens, it seems like there's a carryover effect. They get shut out the next game. And then yesterday, I mean, Heel, it's his first start since Game 4 of the World Series. Tough opponent. The Marlins batters are just kind of dialed in right now, taking what they get to play. Don't need to hit it out. Will take their singles, take their pitches. I think he allowed 5 runs in less than 4 innings. So, it was a tough first start back. But, like I said, I mean, you felt like you built that super bullpen Thursday evening, and now you sit here and it's just like, how do we keep having the same conversation over and over again? And Boone even alluded to it with talking Yanks in the last couple of weeks, that it's like all season, the team is just not caught fire. And now you find yourself third place, I believe, up a half game on Seattle for the second wild card in the American League. And it's just like, you're under 500 since the end of May. There's just not a lot of, good things you could point to. You're 4 under 500 on the road as well. It seems like that's been an issue. And I don't know. I mean, it's interesting too, because a lot of people, just point the finger at Boone, which I think, two things can be separate. For a while, everyone's felt like, the organization needs that breath of fresh air, that not only the manager position, but the general manager position. But at the same time, I mean, there's so much more talent on this team that even if, you're not going to have the best record in the league, you shouldn't have months long of under 500 baseball. And then it was kind of interesting. Ben Rice, I think after the game yesterday, was just saying he thinks there needs to be a sense of urgency. And, I don't know if that was a shot at some of the other players or to Boone himself. But, I mean, obviously that's apparent right now. And it's just amazing, how you've let the Red Sox take a game and have lead on you in the division. And, since the end of May, I mean, that's a long time. Here we are, August 4th, to be under 500. So this has been a trend that's been going on for a while. And you're facing a team that, is fighting for the playoffs in the Texas Rangers. And I believe they got Merrill Kelly at the trade deadline. So they're going for it. I mean, they won a World Series a couple years ago. So it's not going to be, just a free series here in Texas. I mean, at least Max Fried is pitching tonight, but you've really put your back against the wall. That's for sure. And I think part of Friday's collapse had a lot to do with, you're putting those guys in the fire. They had to get all their stuff together, fly to meet the team. I think it was just, there probably wasn't a lot of rest, a lot of downtime, any time to get acclimated. Not to say that it's still just no excuse to lose in that fashion. But I think that definitely played a part in it. But I think that set the tone for the whole weekend. If you win that game, I think the subsequent games go completely different. So and all of that obviously sounds extremely negative. Which, I mean, when you get swept, I mean, what is positive? But it's not to say that they can't still turn it around and get to a good spot by the time the regular season ends. But I guess my question to like both of you is, I mean, there's really not, I guess, like a simple answer. But why do you think like this just keeps happening? Like you gain a little momentum, then you give it all right back. And it's just, this has been a constant cycle. I mean, what do you think it is?
I don't know. I think when it comes to the June swoon, die in July, I think part of it is
kill me in August.
I think part of it is that the bullpen just gets overused because Booney wants the starters to build. And so April, they're pitching like 5 innings regularly. And also this year, more specifically, like Will Warren and Cookie in April, it would be like 4 runs in 4 innings. And so the bullpen had a lot of innings on them early. So that is why I think as of late, that was what the struggles were. And there's no one on the offense who you can say outside of Judge and Bellinger that have been consistently good since April. Like Big G just got back and he's a singles hitter now, which is like, it works, but it's also like, there's not enough guys getting on regularly in front of him to make all those singles he's getting matter. Jazz has cooled off after he was the only one seemingly on fire during the rough patch of late June into July. So it's just someone needs to be sound offensively and consistent. And I mean, McMahon and Belly had their worst at bats as Yankees yesterday and this past weekend. So I think I was really excited to go into this stretch of righties across the Rays, Marlins, and Rangers. And now I'm like, what are the vibes actually like? Because what ruined the vibes? Was it losing Friday night? Was it Boone pulling Jazz aside? Was it Boone yelling at Chapman, the first base coach? Like, what killed the vibes? And why can't we just lock it in? Because I like don't want to rush Judge back, but it's almost like now we have to.
Right.
Well, and I think at least the good part with that is I don't even think it's a rush back like it's been for a couple of days now where they're saying, he's expected back Tuesday. So as long as he's good to go, that's fine. And I think that was the whole purpose of this. You knew he was going to come back as a DH, so they just wanted to give him some time off before he resumed his hitting. So I think that'll be fine. But then I'm also just like confused in the sense of like you hear certain people say this, other people don't. Oh, they love him, they love him, they love him. But do you think at the end of the day that the team isn't responding to Boone, or is that not a thing? I mean, what do you think about that?
I think maybe they saw him yelling at Chapman, and I think it showed that that's why Boone can't be that type of manager with this team, because it's a bunch of young guys that have never been held accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So when they see someone getting held accountable like that, nothing changes for them because they don't know what it means, and they're basically still they're kids that were never told you're doing this wrong, you need to be better.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were never coached in the minors, and that's why we have this problem now in the major league roster.
Yeah. It's just feels like a mess. And it stinks, like, because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I am always gonna be into it and hope for the best, until it's over. But it's just feels like it's not headed in the right direction. I mean, I guess the only thing that I just keep going back to is the fact that this has been going on for so long, where it would seem like there's a reversal of fortune. But kind of back to what you were saying, I do think the loss on Friday was completely deflating and set the tone for the whole weekend. But it's like, that also feels like a very concerning thing to say, because it's just like, well, there's no motivation on the side of like, okay, like that was brutal, but let's just get back to it. Let's get to that winning feeling again. Let's shake hands again. And instead, you just go out and get shut out. So it just feels like, I don't know, there's like a softness with the team in general. And I think, a variety of things play into that. But Texas is coming for you in this wild card standings, and not to mention that Boston seems like they've solved their post All-Star break woes, and Blue Jays haven't been as lights out, but whenever they're playing at home, it seems like they are. So, I mean, this can get away from you really quickly, but I mean, I think it's like you really got to go in, and I mean, you have to win tonight. You can't get embarrassed again. I think it just. And then have another bad road series, and then Houston, they're not going to lay down when they come into Yankee Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
No, they're one of the best teams in baseball for months now, and they got Correa back.
Yeah. So I mean, what moving forward? I mean, I know nobody has a crystal ball, but it's like, what are you expecting?
I'm kind of expecting beat up on teams in September, because they play the Orioles a bunch in September, which we thought was going to be, those games are going to matter. Those are going to be the games that decide playoff standings. I mean, they still could, whether it's the Yankees get to host a wild card or have to travel for a wild card. But there's nothing here that says, oh, yeah, this team is going to put it all together enough, because they just haven't. They just don't have it in them for whatever reason. And it's frustrating, because it's a team that has all these expectations that you expect to be playing well, and there's nothing there.
Right.
But I mean, once you finish off Boston Monday, August 25th, when classes start back up at Sacred Heart, that's when you get the Nationals, White Sox. You do play the Astros again, and Toronto. Like, there's a stretch in there, but otherwise, outside of that Houston, Toronto, Detroit, Boston stretch, you have the Nationals, White Sox, Twins, Baltimore, White Sox, Baltimore. Like, they're going to beat up on bad teams at the end of the year, and they're going to say, it's all right in front of us, the playoffs, anything's possible. And I mean, it is. When you have a bullpen that is this talented, and you have the ability to make the lineups that they have, anything is possible. But it's like, you got to get there and make me feel a lot more confident before I fully believe that this team can win a bunch of playoff series.
Will they get there, you think?
I think it's hard for them to not get to the playoffs, because I trust their lineup than the Rangers. Like, the Rangers haven't been hot all year, so for them to keep this up the entire second half, I think, or Boston even, like, if you haven't been consistent, I find that you're probably more likely to fall apart towards the end.
Yeah.
Whereas the Yankees, we know they're good. We've seen stretches, but it hasn't been like this is like the best team in baseball.
I mean, do you think that regardless of an outcome in terms of making playoffs or not, I'd say even if you do make the playoffs, like, do you think Boone's getting fired like in the offseason?
No.
Yeah, I'm trying to think too. He definitely it's not the like he definitely at least has one more year left on his contract, at least, right?
Yeah, because I think they gave him a 2-year.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they gave him a 3-year extension at the end of 23.
Okay. Yeah, but it just, they like the the way things are run, but it's just crazy too. That's why it's just like how it's so annoying. But I guess it goes back to he doesn't care. But it's like, all this time I think Cashman has loved like what the operation posterity that they did because his fingerprints are all over it, and there's no kind of arguing with the manager. It's his way or the highway. And it's like you get stuff like this. And I don't know too. The thing that I just don't know, and I think I know the answer to it, but it's like, obviously Yankees are the only team that I'm watching night in, night out. So you see everything, you get a sense, but it's like, are the other teams that are like in playoff contention or in playoff spots right now, to me, it seems like we're the only team that the lows like that are end of the year or 90+ win teams that the lows get this bad. I mean, do you think there is something to that? Or do you think it's like, I'm not watching the other teams, so I don't see them go through stuff like this? To me, it just seems like they kind of embarrass themselves like this every year.
Yeah, I think it's not like, I feel like when the Dodgers losing, it's just like, oh, the Dodgers are going through a rough patch. The injury mattered a lot more than we initially thought. Or the Mets, it's just like, the bullpen has just been really bad right now. And when you're not putting up enough runs because you've been bad at hitting with runners in scoring position, then you need the bullpen to be locked down. But it's the Tigers just being like, they're just slumping. They've been good all year, and they're just hit a rough patch. With the Yankees, it's like, oh, the offense is good. The bullpen gives up just as many runs as the offense scores. The defense, they have 4 errors, and that's why they lost the game.
Right.
The offense, no one hit today. Like, every game they lose is something different, so it's not something that you can point to, and that's why it feels so much worse, I think.
Yeah, no, it's true, but it's definitely frustrating, to say the least, really. But at least like I said, I mean, I'm always sticking in it till the very end. And while they haven't, done anything recently to show us, that consistency that you want to see, you got to just, hope, that it's going to be there because it needs to be. I mean, I know it feels like I keep saying this every week, but this could not be, a more crucial stretch. You talk about getting to that easy part of the schedule, but it's like, you can't be 10 back in the division by the time you get there. So this is going to be interesting. I mean, I think, we have the pitching advantage here in this series. I mean, Fried Corbin, obviously we know who has that advantage. Evaldi's pitched well, so I mean, he's obviously better pitcher than Warren this season, but then Jack Leiter, I don't think has found his footing just yet.
No.
So, I like Rodon bouncing back, and Rodon was great. The early stages of that was Friday's game. And then, the bullpen kind of just erupted. But I think this is a series set up for us to win, and especially with a tough one against Houston, it's go time. So hopefully, the winning can start tonight, but it really is to a point where we're saying, that it's now or never. And like I was kind of already alluding to, I still feel really good about our bullpen. You just want to see the offense, perform more consistently. And I think Texas, that ballpark, that bodes well for offense. So I think we should see plenty of it. And I know from time to time, Patrick Corbin has pitched well against the Yankees, even when he's gone through his own personal struggles. So, I do think though we should be able to hit him, and you'd hope that there's just some kind of the guy just being pissed off about the way things went in Miami and wanting to flip the script. So we'll see how they come out tonight. And with the time difference there, 8:05 first pitch from Globe Life Field. So really looking forward to getting back out there and changing the narrative. I mean, it's just a negative feeling right now. And I know Tony feels the same way with the Mets. I mean, I know you got the one victory, but what, 1-5 last 6, right?
Yeah, 1-5
So
in your
obviously
last
it's
6.
a shit
So
feeling.
yeah, it does suck, dude. Especially, obviously after the trade deadline. Obviously, we know about the acquisitions, but it also, there's a large sentiment of like, oh, all right, these guys coming back from injury, Senga, Manaya, Montas, like they're all going to be helping the rotation, right? And that was the one guy that we talked about, the one position, the one role we talked about that was like, oh, like it could be nice, like get another like rotation as a starter, whatever. Obviously, the Mets did not do that, which I mean, listen, I don't think it's wrong for them to think that, Senga can come around. Manaya will, I'm sure, come around and be pitching deep into games and stuff like that. But also, like, excuse me. People talked about also the market for starting pitchers too, just not being that great. It's like, what are you gonna do? Like, like you're not gonna trade pieces away for,
Guys that aren't that good.
Exactly. You're not gonna force the market in a trade like that. So I don't know, dude. Either way, it does seem like that starting pitching is somewhat of a problem here. I mean, you look at the first game. I know, obviously, the first game Peterson start is probably the one thing you're looking at where you're like, all right, the offense should have done better. But you know what? David Peterson has been the only starting pitcher in your rotation to go deep into games. Like quite literally the only one. Like everyone else is like 5 innings, So that's not great. But obviously, you feel like you waste that start. 6 innings, 2 earned runs. I think he's like a sac fly and a double, but has a great night, and you end up losing this game 4-3, in extras, Diaz, ghost runner, gives it the hit. It's over just like that. It's like you have opportunities, throughout the first 7 innings. I think the Mets barely had any hits in the first 5 innings. And then you get some offense going in the 8th inning, 7th inning, 8th inning. You end up tying the game, especially, at home too. It's Friday night, you're going into extra innings. You came back, late night Mets, and obviously you fall short there. But I guess you chalk it up to, well, you know what, like San Francisco, good team, good pitching, Robbie Ray start. We've been here before. You think of the last start Robbie Ray had. I mean, you won 2-1, so it's like, all right, like, that's a good matchup, it seems, that the Giants have. And they come out on Saturday, and I mean, Saturday is like, honestly, like, what an emphatic win, 12-6. And I mean, the hitting started early and often. Alonso, 250th home run. Obviously a great career sentiment there. You make it 3-0. The whole place riled. Let's go. This is the Kadai Senga start here. He goes 4 innings, 4 earned runs, only 71 pitches thrown, and 3 walks. I mean, this was a Kodai who, I mean, just didn't have any location. It seemed like this was like his first start in the league again, or his second start in the league again. Okay. Which I don't know, dude. Senga, since he's been back, I wonder if I saved the stat. I may have screenshotted it. But it was like, since he's been back, it's like 16 innings pitched and just like nothing good, dude. Oh yeah, I did screenshot. Okay, cool. 16 innings pitched since he's come back, 17 hits allowed, 11 earned runs, 13 walks. All right. That's a 6.19 ERA for Senga. And I mean, this is a guy who before injury, Cy Young contention, 1 ERA, So I mean, yeah, it's a little bit concerning because this guy is supposed to be your ace. He's supposed to be helping your rotation, and right now he's not. And I mean, I know you maybe could argue the sample size is still kind of small. But I don't know, dude. It seemed like that this should have been a start where he did turn it around, where you saw him go have a quality start, like a quality start.
Yeah.
But you didn't get that. And obviously the control is an issue. His health down the stretch of the season is still an issue too. So, I mean, obviously you guys are talking about a lot about the Yankees not understanding or not realizing one thing to pinpoint on. Right now, it does kind of seem like, I guess, the starting rotation. And obviously, losing this game, I mean, 12-6. I mean, there's really, not much excuse for that. What are you gonna do, dude? Sorry.
12-4.
Sorry, 12-4.
Yeah.
On Sunday. Sorry, I kind of got lost a little bit right there. With Senga, but what's it called? The game on Sunday, Montas. I mean, like that's you talked about it. You said it was the first you said to me yesterday.
Sucks.
So yeah. It's just like, I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, I think you're probably right where it is that like he just sucks, and it's not like like
he'll
the
bounce
injury,
back,
back, like let him figure it out. Yeah, I don't know. It could be like maybe this is like one of the gets that Stearns was maybe wrong on, you know.
Everyone is wrong on Frankie Montas.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it does seem like that. You know, it does seem like he's a poor guy to be betting on. Because I mean, he gave you no chance to win yesterday.
No,
I mean 700 runs over 4 innings, and you had, I mean, not for nothing, Lindor lead off homer. Like it's like not lead off, but first inning homer.
Good thing the streak broke a while ago.
Like set you up. I know, right? Yeah, good thing the streak didn't break. But still, like he set you up. Like you would think Montas comes in like second, like first. Okay, let's go, dude. You know, like
he doesn't have that in him. At the end of the day, he just doesn't.
Yeah, dude, not good.
I mean, at least Torrens got the final out, right? Did you see it? Any highlights? No, I'm saying I wonder.
No, by that time we were on the course and I wasn't even dialed into the game, you know, at all. But I mean, hey, I mean, if you get like, you know, maybe there's on the grid today, maybe it'll be like Matt pitch one game, you know.
It's interesting with that stuff. Like as fans, like we think it's all cool, like someone pitching that doesn't usually pitch. But it's like really, it is kind of stupid if you think about it, because like they could easily just like blow out like their arm. Pitching.
Yeah. Oh, very true. Yeah. Especially guys, I feel like, I mean, not for nothing, dude. Like if I am a position player and for the first time in like MLB, I get to pitch, like I'm gonna try and like strike someone out.
Right.
But you know, like, but then blow out your arm. So dropping 2 out of 3 here.
Not great.
Yeah, it's not great, dude. And it's like, I don't know, dude. It kind of felt like you were gonna win on Sunday too. Like I said, it was like the Friday the close game. Saturday you blow out the Giants, and then even like I said, like Lindor, like homer early on, and you're like, this is great, dude. And then all just went downhill. And I can't even sit here. Yeah, I just it's all right, whatever, dude. It's on to the next, I suppose. I mean, you're still a 63 win team. The division is tight, yes. But it's on to the next series, which is Cleveland. How's Cleveland been doing? Yeah, you're still at home. Mets are at home.
Right.
Cleveland's visiting. I believe it's Mania Allen tonight, maybe. I could check. We have Mania. Oh no, Sissoni, dude. Allen's pitching tomorrow against Clay Holmes, and you have Peterson rounding out the series on Wednesday against Gavin Williams. So I don't know. I mean, you feel good about Mania, right? I mean, the last time I guess the Padres again, he hasn't gone deep into games, but I think it was 5 innings, 1 earned run, and then you're thinking a solo shot off of I think Tatis or Machado. I forget who it was. I don't think it was like a Ward spot. It doesn't matter. So I don't know. You'd imagine Mania comes in here against Cleveland and could quality start, like go 6 innings, give your bullpen a little bit of a rest, I guess. You used Static on back-to-back days, Saturday, Sunday. You gave up 5 runs, by the way, yesterday in 2/3 innings.
What about the new additions? Have they got in a few times?
Yeah, Helsley had an entrance Friday night.
Helsley, oh yeah, Friday night he did. He came in before Diaz in the ninth.
He had his Hell's Bells entrance,
which was sick, dude. Like that's awesome. I think he gave up a hit, but had a strikeout. I gotta look again. Give up 2 hits, 3 strikeouts.
Okay.
All right. So again, I mean, but then it was the Diaz blowout spot. But other than that, I mean, you did not see Soto this weekend. And you didn't see Rogers either.
Rogers hasn't pitched at all.
No.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that means he's a lock to get in tonight, even if it's a 10 run game.
Which I guess is good, but I guess that is kind of odd, right? Just thinking about it, like why you wouldn't, but
maybe something with the medicals. Trade rescission.
Well, maybe who knows? Maybe Hefner's, really he needs to adjust to the, the submarine arm,
Right.
But in any case, dude, I mean, I'm not that worried about it. I mean, it really wasn't even the bullpen it's not the bullpen was blowing games for you anyway. So I don't know. I think you're not going to Cleveland. You go back into Queens here. Cleveland comes in. I think you feel pretty good about winning the series. I mean, the pitching matchup is good. You're getting, Peterson in the last game here. Again, Mania, you're anticipating a good start. Hopefully, Clay Holmes, maybe 5 innings, whatever. But you got your bullpen pieces. You got Soto and Rogers to kind of hold it down. You
Yeah.
know? So, I mean, that, you know, you feel good, I think, about this series. Get back out there, win the series, figure it out, and then it's on to the next. So I think, you know, maybe I'm talking myself into some confidence here. So,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, you know, it's that's what you have to do right now. Cause you know, I mean, it's the same thing with the Yankees. It's just there's just a lot of negativity out there, you know?
Yeah, that's for sure, dude. Do you think there's more about the Yankees than there are the Mets at this point?
Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
but it's still, I mean, you know, 1 in 5 is 1 in 5. You know what I mean? Like there's still definitely that negative connotation. I think just the difference is that, you know, the Mets are right there for the division and the Yankees are 4.5 games back in the second wild card, hanging on for dear life. So I think that's the difference, you know?
Yeah, no, that is the difference there. I'm trying to see, is Cleveland wild card? I mean, they're 8 games behind Detroit, but I mean that doesn't necessarily say anything, I guess.
They're probably behind the
No, I think
Three-
Cleveland's like
3
third
games,
or fourth
yeah.
in the
I mean,
division.
They're not even that many games far behind us.
Yeah. And they're on like they just won
3.5
4 out of the last
games.
5. They're 5-5 in the last 10. So they could go on a run.
That means they've been
but-
betting on wins.
No, I was gonna say
Yeah.
they just needed to get those degenerates out of there, you know?
Yeah, no, very true, dude. But I feel like they're gonna walk into a brick wall, you know, right now, starting tonight. You know.
I mean, that's what the hope has to be.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, it's tough right now. It definitely is tough, but you know, there's still, I mean, let's face it, I mean, there's still basically 2 months of the season left. So you know, this is where teams are defined, this is where seasons are defined, and this is how you get into position to do something in October. So hopefully that happens. And Fishboy says, hi, everybody. Did they lose 2 out of 3 to the Phillies, or?
They did.
So they even have kind of had this trend, right? I mean, they're going back.
The Tigers?
Yeah. Compared to the way they were playing, I feel like they've played like 500 baseball.
Yeah, I feel like I was saying the last month, John
Yeah.
Pollock has not been happy.
No. And let's see. So they're playing the Twins, Casey Mize versus an undecided. But that's a
that's a
series
win.
where it feels like, you know, they should win, but
You're looking for the sweep, really, if you're a Tigers fan.
oh yeah, definitely. So we'll have to see what happens. Did you update the picks?
I did.
What did I go? What 1 and 5?
3-3.
Oh, always a 3 and 3.
Always a 3-3.
And you went 5 and 1.
I did go 5-1.
That's actually crazy.
The Mets screwed me on Friday.
The Mets,
actually. The Mets,
dude.
dude. The
The
fucking
Mets.
Mets, dude.
All right, and then I guess you bat lead off here.
That's right, I
Another
am, dude.
edition 6-pack MLB pick segment. Hirsch Law Firm back at City Fields.
You know the deal, dude. You know, I was saying it before. You know, obviously Mania here. I have confidence in his ability to put out a quality start here. I think this is it. This is him turning the corner. Okay, getting back to the shape that he was in last year. And Sassoni, right? How do you say it? Sassoni. I don't know. He's had some good spots, I suppose. I was saying before, Cleveland here, you know, winning 4 out of their last 5. Maybe somewhat having the wild card in their sights. But you know what, dude? I feel like I said before, they could go on the run, but this is the brick wall they're walking into. It starts with Mania. I think Mania goes hitless through 3. How about that, dude? In the meantime, we'll get Lindor, maybe like an RBI double in the second inning, scoring Nimmo or something like that. Maybe Soto, a solo shot. That would be nice, dude. But in any case, I feel like Mets go up early, maybe tack on a few late. They keep it pretty symmetrical throughout the entire game. Bullpen comes in. You may even see Soto close the game. We've seen him close out games before, too. Maybe Rogers, a setup man. Nonetheless, though, I think the Mets can handle this one. I say they put up 6. Only give up 2, if that. So I would say with that, probably the Mets and the under. Yes, Mets and the under for my first game. Brian, what do you got?
All right. Going to Arlington, Texas. Yankees, Rangers, game 1 of 3, Globe Life Field. Yankees, road favorites here, -150. Texas, +125. Freed, pitching outstanding this year. 12-4, 2.62. Looked great last time out against Tampa. Corbin 6-7, 3.78. All of a sudden, last 2 years is kind of, at least pitching respectively after being a guy that you thought was going to be DFA'd. Texas, in the heat of this wild card race, has lost 3 out of 4. Yankees, obviously getting swept in Miami, so the stakes are high. And you just feel good about Max Fried. I mean, I know he maybe has one loss pitching when the Yankees lost the previous game. So, I mean, he's really been the enforcer for them. And even though, balls tend to fly out here in Texas, their offense hasn't been keyed in really the last 2 seasons. So that being said, I think he can give them 7 strong and only allow 2 earned runs. And I think he'll strike out 7. And I think the Yankees, after, scoring 3 runs the previous 2 games, after scoring 12 3 games ago, we'll get the offense back on track. I think, Corbin, I could see them shelling him. Very hittable fastball. So I could see, maybe them putting up 8 and winning this game 8-4. So give me the Yankees and the over.
Yankees in the over. Game 2 here for Tony. I'll do it, dude. I'll go to Detroit. You know the deal. Brian said it before. Casey Mize setting himself up here against the Minnesota Twins, against an undecided. The Twins, yes, the team dumping everybody here. And the Tigers needing some dubs here. Over-under is 8.5. Obviously, we just said it before. Dropped 2 out of 3 against the Phillies. Thanks a lot, John. But I say they come here and they bounce back. Minnesota, Casey Mize can probably throw pretty well, but I would imagine Riley Green and company, Riley Green had a great catch yesterday. I don't know if you saw that, but I would imagine he could get 2 home runs, honestly, tonight by himself. And I say he does that. Why not, dude? 2 homers for Riley Green, putting the Tigers into the position of winning. I'll say 7-3, Detroit in the over. Bang.
All right. So number two. Hate to do this, but I have to.
Why?
Give me Toronto.
Oh.
In Colorado. I mean, I think this is a series that they might put up 30+ runs. Even though they don't play great on the road, I just feel like their offense is going to be firing on all cylinders here. So the total always is bloated here, 11.5, but I think they almost did it themselves. I think they'll win this game 10-4. Run line set at -2.5, which is interesting. But I think Yurny hits on the Vladdy home run prop bet here. So give me the Jays and the over.
Jays and the over. You had over for the Yankees too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. All right, 3rd game here. Where do you go? Who are you looking for? Sandy Alcantara or Alcantara, depending on how you can ask.
Alcantara. We'll go with Josh B on that one.
Yeah, I think so too, dude. Dude. Adrian Hauser of the Tampa Bay Rays. I guess give me the Dodgers. Oh, all right, yeah, let's go. Late night here, Dodgers Stadium, dude. The Dodgers taking on the Cardinals. Classic red versus blue matchup here. Dodgers here coming in. I know the skid, yes, whatever. But they've won 3 of the last 5, just taking 2 out of 3 against Tampa Bay. And how do you like that, dude? There's only been so odd, dude. There was 3 shutouts in that series. Every game was a shutout. It's kind of crazy. In any case, dude, Tyler Glass now. Yes, dude. Injuries, 40 innings pitched. Not a lot to be looking at. But he's matched up against Sonny Gray. I know 10-5 record, very impressive there, but 4.38 ERA. I guess for him that's pretty solid. I say he goes 6 innings, 4 earned runs for the Cards tonight. Tyler Glass now outshines him. 7 innings, 2 earned runs. Vintage, dude. Dodgers go on to win this game. I'll say 5-3, which would be Dodgers in the over for my last game, Brian.
All right, so third game, final game here. Let's do the debut of JP Sears.
Really?
In a San Diego Padre uniform now. 7-9, 4.95 ERA. Hasn't pitched great, but Brennan Pfaadt hasn't pitched great either. 10-7, 5.11. Obviously, the Padres, the momentum, the sweep of the Mets, the trade deadline that they had, Mason Miller, Laureano, Ryan O'Hearn, all of that. So I think they're really going to get on a roll here. I think Sears will be motivated pitching for a contender. 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 8 strikeouts, and I think the Padres will win this one. Let's say 5-2. So Padres in the under, and just like that, MLB 6-pack pick segment, Hirsch Law Firm, all of that. A bittersweet one that it is.
Yeah, a little bit, dude. And I don't know how confident I'm in these picks. I definitely think the Diamondbacks will win tonight, though, I will say.
But Sonny, you never know when he's going to pitch a gem.
That's right. I know. And the Dodgers lately, they did do well for me on Friday, though. So I'm kind of like hoping they do well for me tonight.
Well,
dude.
And I think overall, too, I mean, it kind of speaks to having maybe, a little more optimism, just because I think it's just so wide open this year. But, obviously, and just speaking on the Yankees' behalf, I mean, it's just like when you just keep making like the same mistakes and not, being able to kind of get through tough times and having the seesaw instead of just, an upward trajectory. I mean, that doesn't make you feel great, but like I said originally, I mean, you just got to hope for the best, and you just want to get into October. I mean, that's what it is at the end of the day. But it's go time.
Yeah,
you know that.
It is go time. On Sunday, when I went to pick up some drinks for the golf course, 99 bottles, the guy says that he thinks it's going to be Subway Series World Series.
I mean, that'd be crazy.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
Going back to the Alcantara thing, by the way, I just remembered, because Rick and Dan were talking about it this morning.
Wait, it wasn't just Rick and Dave in the summer? Unfortunately. Oh, isn't it like their show, right?
If you didn't know them, you wouldn't think so. No, but he said, I think it was Bijan Robinson that just said that his name isn't Bijan. It's Bijan. It's Bijan Robinson.
But I don't get like why. I mean, this is going on his fourth season.
Fourth season, yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Crazy. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, that's kind of
or
a
is
weird.
It only his third season, maybe.
I think it's only his third, but he he started the mustard because everyone called him Bijan. Yeah. So after you started the mustard is when you're saying it's Bijan.
Bijan.
After everyone's been calling you Bijan for you, like, why when they're drafted, is it not pronounced that way?
Right. It should be pronounced correctly when you're drafted.
Doesn't make any sense.
No.
It seems like it would be something like someone has to clarify one time and then everybody latched onto it. Like, why does it's like the Bahatia thing?
Right. Exactly. Kind of crazy, dude.
But
or even the Gallant. What is it? You don't know. Doesn't matter now.
No, but but isn't it? It's Gallant, isn't it? Like, once we switched to that, there was nothing that pointed to the contrary. No.
Correct. No. He corrected the media. That's why.
Okay.
But it took him like however long. Like it took him when he was the Rangers coach to correct the media.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. But yeah. So I guess that's really where we're at. But let's strike the music back up. Another edition, Immaculate Grid. Kind of an interesting one today.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
I forgot nothing's saved here. Okay, there we go.
Make sure it's on the screen.
Make sure it's on the screen, dude. Josh B's one makes a thing,
AirPods
dude.
in.
Bang, dude. Corporate America, dude. I got someone already, dude.
So do I.
Which category are you thinking?
Blue Jays and Guardians.
That's what I was thinking too.
Rajai Davis.
Brad Hand.
Andres Jimenez.
Ryan Davis.
Go with Davis.
Rajai. Yeah, that's how you spell
Rajai.
Rajai. 2%, dude.
And how about a Tony personal favorite? Catcher, 1 game for the Blue Jays. Josh Tolley.
Josh Tolley. TH?
Yep.
Yeah. 2%.
And
There you go.
even,
Your
even
guy.
better, one upping that, only one team catcher, bottom right, JC Escala.
JC Escada. 1%, dude. There you go.
Not too shabby. Not too shabby.
That's fine. That's fine. Whatever, dude. All right. So, only one team for the Guardians. I mean, do you think like a Bibby would be too much? Like a Tanner Bibby? That's their pitcher. That's one of the pitchers.
Yeah, I'm just
now.
trying to get like creative.
Kate
Well, I feel like
Smith.
I think that would be creative.
Kate Smith.
I'd rather take one of the relievers.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Oh, true. True. All right.
Yeah. Kate Smith hasn't been anywhere else.
1%.
There
dude.
we go. Trying to think.
Brewers one team. Caleb Durbin.
Caleb Durbin.
Wait, but he didn't get called up for the Yankees.
Never. No,
Okay.
it was the Arizona League. That's why he got all like the hype.
Right.
All right. Going for it. Bang. 1%.
There we go. There we go.
We can do former Met Jonathan VR for Toronto, Milwaukee.
I remember VR. I didn't realize he was on either team.
I'm pretty sure he came from Milwaukee and then went to Toronto after the Mets.
How many people do you think know that when the Yankees waived Donaldson, he went to the Brewers?
I mean, I would say more people
Than
than
VR,
VR,
right?
if VR is indeed. Yeah, I don't think we're topping that. Good one. Kudos to
Let's go, dude.
Tony.
The earring, the dangler. He
He
was all right as a Met, I guess.
So I have a couple ideas for Mariners catcher.
Seattle's tough.
I was thinking either Kenji Jojima, Dan Wilson, and there was one other one, or Mitch Garver. What do you think, Jojima? Everybody's kind of forgot about him.
I would think Kenji. Kenji.
Yeah,
3%. Let's take it, dude. I'm trying to think now. Seattle, Milwaukee.
Just trying to think. Mike Cameron, but maybe that's popular. Same thing with Richie Sexton. Pitchers. And then also the Cleveland, Seattle.
Was Brad Hand on Seattle?
Brad Hand, I feel like is your guy.
Well, because we were saying him so much now, dude. He's on like a million teams. I'm trying to remember if he was on Seattle. Just
But see, then it turns into that he's on every team, and then you start picking him for something that he's not.
I
and then
know, dude.
That's when everything goes to shit.
I think I can picture him in a Seattle uniform.
He could have, but it's like, I mean, you're not like.
I'm not positive. No, I'm not, dude.
I feel like there's way more Seattle and Cleveland. Lofton wasn't on Seattle.
I don't think so.
Um,
Let's see if we have any help from the peanut gallery here.
no,
Nobody.
no Swami today. Just a quick hi and bye.
Yeah, he texted me. He looks like he's in the middle of some work stuff,
The
dude.
training.
The training. The mask is on. Oh, dude. Seattle. Even Milwaukee too was tough.
I don't know if was Bill Hall on Seattle. I don't know. Or no, Gene Segura.
Gene Segura.
Yeah.
He was on
Milwaukee.
Seattle, Milwaukee.
Yeah,
And the Phillies.
and the Phillies.
4%,
There we
dude.
go.
Nice. That's a good get.
So the Seattle Cleveland situation.
Not a good one, dude.
No. I don't think Moyer was on Cleveland, right? Not Beltre.
Did Carlos Santana ever make his way up to
No,
Seattle?
he did, but I just feel like that's everybody knows Carlos Santana. And his,
Everybody does know Carlos Santana.
like his shorts looking like they're, I don't know, Sophie shorts. Like no, I'm
Sophie
saying
shorts.
the pants that he wears. You guys have seen that, right? They're like above his kneecap.
Oh, they're that high?
Yeah, I've never seen
Does the
any-
Hunter Pence? I've seen Hunter,
100
Pence
Pence. I didn't know.
rock it.
I didn't
Yeah,
know
I've
100
seen
Pence did that. Just there's got to be Tony. Like there
No,
has to be.
there is. Like there is more.
Not Kendall Graveman. So you know what the problem is? I feel like Seattle is never in the playoffs, so then I never get to know like their roster.
Brad Hand. I don't know if I would take a. I don't know if I would try it at this point. I'm really not sure.
Closers. Who's been their closer recently? Not Munoz. Who was the closer before that? Kasazaki didn't pitch for Cleveland. Who else? Not Felix Hernandez. Who else? Like who else has been in the rotation?
Logan Gilbert, but he's not on.
Yeah,
like
they brought all those guys up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is something too. Cleveland doesn't sign a lot of free agents, which makes it
Neither does Seattle.
Neither is Seattle, yeah.
Seattle more free agents than
yeah.
Cleveland. Cleveland is like zero.
That sucks, dude.
No, and it's annoying
Is it
because it's
someone from
definitely
back
some
in the
like
day,
or
dude?
some marginal shortstop.
How about like a no? There's gotta be someone who was of note. Like in the 90s and the 80s, like an Alomar or something.
Because Kenny Lofton definitely
Didn't
not David Justice.
He played for Seattle at some point, did he?
No, he hit a home run against Seattle in the 2001 ALCS, I think, or 2000 ALCS. There's no way Lofton was in Seattle, right?
I don't think so. I don't know for sure, dude.
Did Tino ever make his way to
Or
Cleveland?
did
Tino
Jose
Martinez.
Mesa pitch for Seattle?
Jose Mesa may have pitched for Seattle. Jeremy Giambi, I think, maybe played for Cleveland.
That was just supposed to be a joke.
That was a joke. I'm pretty sure he played for Seattle, though.
I'm almost thinking about Mesa.
Chad Bradford.
I feel like go with Jose Mesa.
Jose Mesa. He says yes, dude.
He says
And
17.
he says
So what was Mesa?
17. 3%.
I mean,
dude.
pretty solid.
Solid
grid,
grade,
fellas.
solid
The
grade.
Fu
Especially
Man
because
show,
there
dude,
wasn't
the struggle.
really anything that was like that easy.
No,
I
no,
mean, I
nothing
guess
was
like
really
the
that easy.
one team, the catcher thing isn't like too hard.
Let's see what we got going on here. Jake Bowers.
Oh,
Bowers.
I knew that.
You didn't know that because you didn't say that.
No, because
Um,
Jake Bowers was in the lineup for Raleigh's debut, and I saw like one of those TikToks where they go over the lineup.
Yeah. David Bell.
Russell Branion,
Jay Bruce, dude.
Jay Bruce, yes.
Matthew Boyd, too. That's a good one to know. He's been pitching pretty well this year.
I don't know how he still does it.
Edwin Encarnacion.
Encarnacion, dude. I can't believe I messed that one up.
I know. We're getting a call from Ernie. You know the deal.
Get him up there.
Get him up here.
Come on.
Get him up here. All right, stand by, Ernie. Just going through the Bluetooth, the what have yous, dude. Ernie with the gas mask on, and Ernie also live on the Sportsport, buddy. What's up?
Ernie.
What's up? What's up?
What up? What up? What's going on, man?
Cliff Lee.
So you're looking for one player for the Mariners and Guardians, right?
No,
no,
we
we
ended up
finished
getting
already.
it. I
Jose
think he's your
Mesa.
guy. Yeah, Mesa. Or Mesa.
Oh, okay.
What were
So
you
don't
going to
need
say?
anything. I was gonna say either Yonder Alonso or you could go Russell Branion.
Yeah, we were just going through the recap. there.
Oliver Perez.
Yeah, we put it we put it together pretty well. 17.
Josh Naylor.
Kind of forgot about Matt Lawton too.
Gaylord Perry.
But yeah, we navigated that one, but it was a little bit of a struggle, but we got through it.
There's Santana.
Got you. I came in late and I heard nothing from the Peanut Gallery. I was
Oh shit.
Richie Sexton is another good one.
Real quick though, because I'm sure you got to go. But wait, are we turning this mess around, or what do you think's happening?
Bro, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I know I'm usually the one that is positive and
Right.
hold the brakes, relax, blah blah blah. But I just got off the phone with Chief. not too long ago, and I told him, I was just like, it's just starting to feel like maybe they're right about Boone, but in the sense of maybe we just need a coach that's gonna light a fire under these guys' ass and hold them accountable. I mean, and at the same time, like maybe it's not just Boone, like the first base coach with Jazz, even the first base coach with Wells. Like, how do you allow Wells to not remember how many outs there are? Like, how do you not coach Jazz on first base to pay attention to where the ball is? Like there's certain, like, granted, yes, you can blame the players for a lot of the mishaps, but the coaches are at fault too. I mean, same thing even with the moves that we made, right? Let's take a step back. We were excited about the moves. We were excited about a couple of the moves. That's fine. And yeah, we put these guys right to the fire. You know, maybe it could have been advantageous to us to give them a day. But you know, we're here now. So, but I think it holds to the overall view of the Yankees when it's like Anthony Volpe is struggling. Whether his bat woke up after the All-Star break or not, he's still a defensive liability. And let's just not say that he's completely turned around offensively, but you know, he's had a good shot since All-Star break. Why would you pick up two shortstops? Why have Rosario and Caballero? And I understand Caballero is like a utility. He could play outfield, he could play infield. Well, clearly he can't play outfield. It's just like, why go after them if you're not going to sit Volpe?
Yeah. No, I mean, it's lack of accountability, but it's like, I know there's a trickle down effect, and it's still like it shouldn't be like this, but I mean, don't you think, like, at the end of the day, though, still the biggest problem is the players? Because it's like, whether somebody's breathing down your neck or not, or in your face like Joe Girardi, like, it's it's up to you how you're going to carry yourself, how hard you're going to try, how much you want it. And I mean, how do we not question how bad these guys actually want it?
I think it's the culture that's been built, and that falls on the coaches. Like, I think the culture has been built where we're the Yankees, whether we win or lose, we're still the Yankees. This, that, and the third. Like, it's just, no, you're not. You look like the Indians. Like, you look like the Royals right now. Like, you look bad. Yeah, like you look like the Pirates. Like, you don't look like the Yankees. You don't feel like the Yankees. Watching a Yankee game doesn't feel the same anymore. It's just gotten to a point where it's like, I'm not gonna sit here and say like, oh, Yankees are fucking done for the season. We know that's never the case. Even in a bad season, we can make the playoffs. But do you feel comfortable making the playoffs right now?
No.
Like, do you feel comfortable going into the playoffs?
But you know what it is?
Yeah,
I feel like I'm different though than most of the people like in the group chat and stuff, where, you know, everybody just kind of like jumps into the river, and regardless of how bad it looks, like, I'm still going to be engaged, watching every game, hoping for the best. But like, I understand the points. The points are valid. And like I said, I don't feel great. I guess my hope is just that it's been so bad, under 500 since the end of May, where you would think that they're due for some type of stretch that they haven't had all season, where they knock off 10 out of 13 or 12 out of 15, something like that, you know?
But you know what the problem with that is that fine, we'll rattle off 12, 11, 10 out of 13, but do you think we can at least do that and then stay consistent, where it's, you know, two out of 3 series, 3 out of 4 series, split a series, whatever, but I don't even feel confident in that right now. I feel like we can rattle off 10 out of 13 and then lose 12 out of 11.
Yeah. I mean, maybe just, again, like, this sounds pathetic, but just kind of finally waking up to reality that there is no kind of margin for error to then go lose 7 out of 8 or 9 out of 10. Like, you're going to be out of the playoffs if you do that. So maybe just realizing the magnitude of the situation. I mean, either way, like you're just saying, it sounds like we're talking about a different team than the Yankees. So as much as I don't like Boone and Cashman, equally, I think disappointed in the players, because like I said, whether someone's breathing down your neck or you're not, you choose how to do your job. And it just really makes me just earn for someone back in that clubhouse with the attitude of a CC Sabathia and Derek Jeter, and Paul O'Neill, who would never put up with anything close to what this is.
Yes and no, because I agree. The players do need to be more accountable, and we would need a guy with that type of attitude in the clubhouse. But how do you build that? How do you withstand that with a coach that doesn't give you the same lineup throughout the week? He doesn't allow people to get comfortable in their positions. He doesn't allow people to get comfortable in their lineup slot. Like didn't we see Volpe batting 5 the other day?
Yeah. No, I mean, way too analytical.
Like, how do you put him 5? How do you put him 5? He was batting 9th for 2-3 months in a row. And now you're gonna jump to a 5 because he's had a good, like, it's just like it's watching it. I want to continue to have that attitude that me and you have, Brian, where the Yankees could be 40 games under 500 and we'll think they'll rattle off 40 out of 50. I mean, like, I get it. Like I want to continue to be that guy, but Boone is making it very hard. And I can't even. I want to put it on the players. I want to be like, yo, it's not on Boone, it's the players, blah blah. But maybe, at this point, watching what we're watching and seeing the decisions being made and watching the lineups every day and seeing people not playing, like sitting Bellinger after a hot series on an opener of a series, like he does this shit all the time, and it's just like it's getting to a point where it's like, how are you confident knowing that Boone is gonna be the guy in charge to get us to the promised land? And I guess what's killing me, and I don't want to say it because it just makes me sound like such a bad fan, but like, we should have known that this was the type of energy we were gonna get out of Boone as a coach, because this is the type of energy we got out of Boone as a fucking player.
Yeah. No, you're right. No, and I mean, I wanted Boone gone years ago, and I do think he's a bad manager. But I guess what I'm saying to you is it's like more of an indictment on the players, because it's just like, oh, okay, I know I have this cupcake manager who's not going to get on me. I can make mistakes, whatever. It doesn't matter. I can kind of, be lackadaisical out there. But then it's like, so if you have that attitude yourself, then what type of player are you really? That's why I just lean towards, it's like, at the end of the day, like, the players got to step the fuck up or just get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? That's what it is. And like, we can't blame it on the culture. Like, it has to go down on the player themselves. And I don't know. And I don't really ever go after him at all. But like, do you think part of it is like your leader, your captain, Aaron Judge, like, at least from what we could tell, like on the outside, doesn't seem like he goes after guys. So like, do you think that has something to do with it as well? That it's just like this cupcake type of, country club type of clubhouse?
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say it out loud, but I'm not gonna disagree with you.
Yeah.
Like, I do think our captain needs to be more of a captain.
Yeah.
But we say this all the time to like people in the chat and stuff like that. Like, we don't necessarily know what they're doing, what they're not doing, if he's being vocal or not. But it's just like, you can kind of tell in his demeanor that he might not be that kind of guy, where like he's real firing up his teammates and up their ass and blah blah. But I mean, does it have to fall on Judge? I mean, yeah, he is the captain, but does it have to fall on him? I mean, he's the best player in baseball. You can't expect everybody to be like him.
Yeah, but it's just like, I don't know. I mean, don't you think though, like a great leader like holds you accountable? And you're telling me too, like, if you think back to like this, and I know CC wasn't the captain, but the CC days, the Jeter days, where there weren't players, especially younger players, that if they did something a certain way that they knew would piss one of those guys off, that they weren't like afraid of how they were going to react and what the response was going to be and how they were going to pay for that. There definitely was like a fear in those leaders that is not there now.
Yeah, but I don't think it was the players that instilled that fear, in my opinion. I don't think it was Jeter and CC. Yeah, they held their players accountable, but they got benched if they fucked up. Torrey benched people. Girardi benched people. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like these people saw pine time when they weren't doing what they were supposed to do. So it's just like, you could say that, like, we don't have that Jeter or CC or Paulie or these guys to hold these guys accountable, but they didn't have to. They knew that the coach didn't play. They knew that the owner didn't play. They knew that the culture of the Yankees was different than it was now. Like it's right now, it's a culture issue. And whether it be from the players, the coach, the staff, the organization, you hit it on the nose when you said it. We are playing like a country club team atmosphere where it's just everything's fine. We make hundreds of millions of dollars. We don't give a fuck. And that's what it feels like. It feels like, yo, like we're just, all right, Yankees are Yanks. It doesn't matter. And what did I tell Chief earlier in the conversation? We're in an alternate universe where it's like it feels like the Mets are the Yankees and the Yankees are the Mets.
Yeah, but I mean, they still have their own problems. They just lost 5 out of 6, so let's not get Tony too excited. You know.
Well, no, but the thing is, though, it's like,
Russo.
they lost 5 out of 6, but they're still in first, right?
Yeah,
half game back.
Yeah.
All right, half game back. We let Boston jump us, bro. Didn't we have like an 11-game lead on the division at one point?
At 7, but still, I mean, maybe 11 on Boston, but yeah, I mean, either way, it's not good. So, and the thing that stinks is like, you know, just feeling you have an owner that always blames it on like the other managing partners, and it's like, it feels like there's not going to be a reaction to not ending the season where we want to be, other than maybe not making the playoffs, because then you miss out on the ticket revenue from that, which is pathetic as it sounds. So that's why it's just tough. I wish it was like we could feel like he could react. Okay, you know what? The guy who set the tone that was here before, let's bring him back in Joe Girardi, and like that would just completely change everything. But I feel like the chances of that are so slim. I mean, the only thing that gives me like a glimmer of hope is maybe now that he's back working with like there's somewhat of a relationship there again. But do you think that that's a pretty like minute possibility at best?
I don't think Girardi comes back. I don't think I think the Yankees need Ron Washington.
Yeah, but well, I don't know. I haven't even heard how he's doing. Hopefully he's doing all right because he's on leave now.
Well, he beat us.
Yeah.
He walked Judge to load the bases and beat us twice.
Yeah. No, but I
So
just know it's not even Ron Washington specifically, but just a real manager. Obviously, he's old school. Yeah. Like that's what you're saying.
An old school manager. Him, a Dusty. Give me a Buck. Give me Buck.
Yeah.
Give me somebody that's gonna tell Volpe to sit the fuck down.
Yeah, I mean it would be nice.
Imagine that. Imagine all of a sudden we get a new coach. All of a sudden Volpe sits for a week. Oh my God! I think the Yankee fans will bust a nut.
Yeah. Hopefully we get that at some point. But I guess no matter how bad it gets, I'm gonna just hope that we get in the playoffs, and then once you're in the playoffs, like you have a shot, and that's it. Even though I see all this stuff that are bad, terrible signs, but that's all I could do, you know. So let's see that's what happens.
As Yankee fans, as Yankee fans, all we can do is sit back and watch.
Yeah,
and go through what we've been going through since 09. Just watch it and fucking watch it.
Fucking 09.
Hey, look, they gave us a glimmer of hope. Watch out next month.
Yeah. I mean, you think we at least win this series against Texas?
No.
Yeah. 2 out of 3. Win tonight.
I don't see us with a series. I don't see us with a series until we win a series.
Yeah. No, it feels like a win tonight. You know, maybe score 6-7 runs and then score like 4 combined the next 2 games. Everybody's hammered. Go on from there, I guess.
Yeah, we'll score 6 to 7 runs and let up 8 or 9 in the last 6 half.
Bullpen and 9 ERA. Yep.
Fucking lovely. We went from having memes saying the Yankees pulled off the greatest bullpen in blah 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 to letting up 8 runs in a game. Like,
but also that's one thing I will say. I know we've just really talked all negative here. I do think the bullpen is actually still really good. I think that had a lot to do with it. I know it sounds like an excuse, but just like the travel, getting everyone together, pitching those games. I think they were all shot by the time they got into the game, to be honest. I think the bullpen's going to be fine.
I agree. I think we threw them into the fire too fast. I mean, like we had all of our new guys pitch. Like everybody. Like new guys coming into sub, new guys coming into pitch. Like I was talking about Caballero. Caballero went from one dugout to the next dugout to a plane to a game. Duvall, Bednar, they all did the same thing.
Yeah.
They come in, Bird gives up a couple, Bednar gives up a couple. And realistically, if you really watch that game all the way through, Doval, when Caballero makes that play in the outfield, Doval probably gets out of the inning with the win. Maybe a 12-11 win, but it would have been 11-12, man on first and second with one out.
Yeah. But all we could do is just move forward and, maybe we'll surprise ourselves, win a series, sweep a series. How about that?
Wow.
Get a sweep.
How about
just
that,
do
dude?
it.
How about this, Barnes? Let's crawl before we can walk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Walk before we can run. Let's
Win
win
tonight.
one game.
Win tonight.
Win
Yep.
tonight. And then we worry about what the hell the baseball gods are going to give us the rest of the week.
Yeah. No, that's it. That's it. So we will, I guess, hold our bated breath here and see what happens. But definitely an outstanding call, Ernie. Really appreciate it. And we'll definitely talk to you soon.
Absolutely, guys. I guess, one more thing. Let's go Yankees and fuck the Mets.
There we go. The great Ernini. This is when Tony would come in like a Matthew Ryan and do a going, gone.
Well, over the weekend, while the
what do you got?
Giants were busy beating up on the Mets, they took the break to meet up with the New York Football Giants.
I did
in
see
reference
that.
to the call to Mike Francesa.
And it
That's
is so
freaking
funny
hilarious.
because he would get so tight about stuff like that, but to see him now like playing into it is actually kind of funny. I think he really likes the people at Barstool. Seems
Francesa does?
Yeah. Because he's done some stuff with them before.
I guess good for I mean, I really wouldn't think he would, to be honest,
Yeah,
right? But
you know what it is? I feel like he's kind of at this point in his life where he's just kind of like having a good time and like he has his podcast that he just does from his house. Like,
Right.
no one's telling him what to do. So
Yeah.
he's just, I feel like at this point he's just like saying, fuck it.
saying fuck it, making mad money, who cares?
Yeah.
Divorced.
People like
No,
him.
he's
not
he's not divorced.
People
yeah.
like him more than Mad Dog.
Really?
I think so.
People like him more than Mad Dog.
I think my generation.
I
really
was just
does,
gonna say that. I think maybe younger kids do.
because we all want Mad Dog to fulfill his promise and retire.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really like get that. I mean, it's like, yeah, he took it like a step too far, but at the same
Mhm.
time, I mean, can the Phillies not take some blame here? I mean, losing those 2 games at home, I mean,
Yeah,
that was
sure.
a choke job.
Yeah, no, it was a choke job. It was
The
an absolute choke job.
Diamondbacks had no business being in a World Series 2 years ago.
No, they did
That was
not.
ridiculous. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like
That was Robbie Thompson's first year, right? In term 2 years ago? No.
No. This
Those
was
three-
the
those
year
year
after the World
after the World
Series, and they
Series.
lost in the division
Okay,
championship
yeah.
series to Arizona.
Oh,
But-
well, no, but that was Thompson's full first year.
First full
Yes,
year.
yes,
full
because-
year,
because
Because the
Yeah,
year they
full
went was the year they fired Girardi.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting. I feel like I listened to Francesa more just because by the time I was older, like he was doing a show by himself, and I didn't have Sirius to list the dog in at the time.
Mhm.
But it's like I feel like though a lot of times too, like I just enjoyed listening to Francesa, kind of just to like make fun of him, just how
Yeah,
tight he
definitely.
would get,
It's
and
so tight.
like that's
Oh
like
my
literally
gosh,
what like
dude.
how he would talk and stuff.
His
so.
freaking teeth, dude.
Yeah, that should be on botched.
Yeah.
Like falling out of his mouth.
Oh my gosh.
right though, aren't
dude.
they falling out?
They
Like,
look like it, right? Like
Yeah.
they're on the cusp of
Yeah.
coming out, dude.
But yeah, I don't know. I occasionally listen to his like it comes up on Twitter, so I'll listen to it sometimes.
No, he's
It's
good.
definitely- It's funny. It definitely is funny. So yeah, I mean, I guess other than that, it's just optimism in the air.
Yeah, onward and upward.
So I know you said like, still right there, division, this and that, loser 5-6. Now, hypothetical situation.
Okay.
Let's say lost tonight. I mean, is it and like embarrassing? I mean, is it tomorrow? Is it like sky is falling? Like, I mean, like, are you kind of on the cusp here where you feel like, all right, like now let's go. Like it can't be like another laggard week.
Yeah, no, I think so. Yes, I mean this next round through the rotation. I mean, like if Minaya does not pitch well, then it is like it's a worry, it's a problem because because then what? You're gonna go. I mean, like you're gonna go into the playoffs without a great rotation, and I know that we've talked about it. You look at the teams that have won the World Series. The Dodgers last season, the Braves, the Astros, they all focused a lot on bullpen, not necessarily starting rotation, but I mean, like some glimpse of like, being able to handle yourself against a solid lineup. I mean, this is Cleveland, I mean, like Minaya should be getting a quality start in here tonight. So yeah, dude. I mean, it's sky would be falling, I guess, hypothetical, and because tomorrow Clay Holmes is going to throw maybe 5 innings,
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I'm confident that it won't come to that. I'm confident they're not going to get an embarrassing loss tonight. But I guess we'll see.
Fishboy, by the way, this is why he's the best. Says love this podcast. So
Bang, dude.
we appreciate that. But yeah, let's hope tonight is a good night. Better days ahead.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens, right? But definitely a great show here today. Really appreciate everybody who tuned in and continues to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives in the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jane Costa, and the merch at DowntimeTV.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Yankees.
Let's go
and
Mets.
we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.